Rightio. There we go. Might just do some riffing, eh? Something that's safe. Won't get in trouble from YouTube. Oh no, can't do that. Can't play that music, they'll get upset. Okay, what have we got here? I'll go down like this. There we go. Easy way to adjust it. Beautiful. Oh yeah, my hair looks awesome. Good enough. Forgot to do my makeup. Put that on. Crank her up a little bit. We'll put my boost on there. Boost her up. We'll do a bit of riffing out, eh? Grey old cloudy rainy day today. Holy crap, eh? Bam, son. It's all grey, cloudy and raining. It's actually winter in Australia right now, so yeah, a bit chilly today. Nice little tune. That's the one. She's a bit down. What's up, Mike? Yeah, just did a Aussie live stream before from the live camera, and yeah, started playing the music, and then YouTube's like, oh no, no, we're gonna block it. They're like, we'll block this stream if you keep going. So I was like, yep, no worries, mate. That'll do. Looks like it's going to be a slow night, but on the YouTube live, having a couple of frickin' conies. Smash them. What do you got? Some indica? Got the indica or the sativa? I think it's an indica sort of day. Isn't it always an indica day? Even though people always think I'm bloody ripped whenever they're watching me videos, because I'm a bit like, how's it going, legends? I swear I'm tired most of the time. But yeah, been a lot of years since I've had a go. But yeah, get into it, brother. And then what do you have? Some pizzas or something? You got your munchies set up too? I found that when I was into it, I didn't play I wasn't as dedicated. I was very lazy. But hey, everyone's different. I had a good go. I think I was like, man, it's like 16 to like, I think I was like 37. Like 16 to about 37, 38. And I found whenever I was like, had a couple and I tried to play guitar, I just get like, my brain would just fade really quick. I wouldn't have any endurance. Like, yeah. I was definitely way more chilled how I was approaching the guitar. I was definitely into all those clean chord stuff. Pizza and bag of Doritos. Pizza's always a go-to. I always loved the bacon pizzas when I had the munchies. Extra sauce, extra cheese, bacon, and then, yeah. Always some Coke or something. That's Coca-Cola. I'm from Western Sydney. I can't bloody have Coke. What do you think this is? What are you talking about? What's up, Just Bob? that one I'm using it's just a preamp pedal. So it's see these MI amps? I'm just using it's called a Megalift Delta preamp pedal, and I'm boosting it with it's actually got like a boost on the pedal. Boosting with an Ibanez TS808. Then I've got it runs into a Boss EQ200, that's a 10 band EQ. Then we're using a Rocktron solid state power amp. It's running through the Randall V30 down the bottom. So yeah, it's pretty chunky, but if I go to the Marshall cab, it'll be a lot brighter. If I go back to the V30 cab, after listening to that Marshall, I'm like, I want a little bit more high end. So it's got a thing called definition, which is like presence. So I'll crack up that a little bit more definition. So that's definition. That's what I wanted. How's it go again? Just ordered a new pedal to piss off the neighbours, a cheap Joyo Extreme pedal. Yes, they do alright too, Joyo. There you can sort of see my pedal board down there. I think I'll grab. Shut that onto there. I'll bring it a bit closer. Can I sit in there? Right here, no worries. Over there. Got me other guitar stand. These are like cool guitar stands, these bloody the Hercules things. Pretty sick. Like that. Yeah, that's my if I can zoom in from there. My pedal board down there. Is it zoomy? I think this zooms. we go, back in action. Cord fell out the back. So you I'm going to worry about that one. Ugh. Then zoom back out. No. Why are you so close, bruv? Doesn't want to go all the way back, eh? Back as far as it wants to go. No worries. Probably just a bit moved, but yeah. Okay on that one. Ola. That's all you need to know, mate. If Ola says it chugs, then that's all you need. But yeah, it's basically, if you can see it down there, that's your preamp pedal over there. Got a couple down there. But that's just, yeah, my solid state setup. This one, there's an ML. Oh, the guitar, an ML. Yeah, there's an ML in the background. You're talking about this thing. I think you're talking about the amp then. You're talking about this one. The ML. Yes, that is an ML. Look at it. What a beast. It's a very special one. That is a Dimebag commemorative. Had it since 2006. God damn, I'm getting old. We'll have to light her up, eh? That is an ML. 100%, mate. Man, it's gone fast. I've had it since 2006. That's crazy. Oh no, 2008, sorry. I got the black one in 2006. This one I got 2008. Went into a local guitar shop in Penrith, and they had it in the case reduced down to, is that a bit of lightning out there? They had it reduced in the case to 1,850. They're awesome. Yeah, they're hard to come by now, aren't they? Yeah, I got another one in the case in the cupboard. The black one. It was the Dymo Flame. This one's the classic, isn't it? Like the. And I end up messing with this one. Like, the Dimebag pickup's pretty sweet, but I chucked an EMG 85 in it. Because James Murphy from Obituary did that mod. So I read that and I was like, that's sick, I'm going to give that a go. And now it's just none of these, like the switch doesn't work there. This pickup's just to cover the hole, basically. It's only a one pickup, one volume guitar. Put a German-made Floyd in it. So yeah, it's pretty sick. So that the Jackson's in C standard, this in D standard. This one's sick for harmonics. Get a bit of movement there, eh? That's not good. What are you doing, bud? It's a bit cold or something. But yeah, it's probably gating off it a little bit. Oh, you got that? Yeah, well, the Dymo Flame, I end up sanding it all off and painting it black. Because it started peeling off the headstock. And I was like, meh. So I took just like a rattle can spray can to it. Come up pretty sick. That's gonna annoy me now. Every time I can hear that creaking. Every time I do the bar. It's actually moving the string through from there. It's crazy. Just try not to see. That's my OCD. I can hear it going kink, kink. It wasn't doing it, but I changed the nut up here. That's the only thing. I messed up a little bit on this guitar, but that was just, yeah, was feeling courageous and was like, let's just mess with this guitar, even though it's a dime freaking tribute model and all of that. Had a problem with one of the frets coming a bit out the fretboard, so it made me just go, you know what, I'm just going to mess with this guitar and hack it up a bit, and is what it is. This one's one of my fave dime riffs. This that's it. Or even this one, like. man, I just take it day by day. Man, the channel's been taking a big nosedive lately, like, but hey, is what it is. Like, I'm close to 14,000 subs, but I don't even get people turning up for videos much anymore, so hey, it's all good. Man, it'd be cool, but yeah, I like it with the EMG. But you know, even if I got 5 of you guys here just listening to me right now, so it's just like 5 friends hanging out. So, hey, YouTube's got a very weird place. I'd say the internet's in a very weird place at the moment. And yeah, we'll see. I'm just taking it day by day. I'm never really thinking about this becoming like the big leagues of YouTube, because I've definitely chosen a focus that is more on, probably it's what's not super popular. Like, guitar is struggling a lot, I would say, because, if young people don't want to learn guitar, then they're not really going to it like we did when, and you might be younger people, not saying no young people are, but I'd say a lot of older people are the ones who are more into guitar and metal or playing guitar than, and really, like I say, it's always gravy, man. Like, if this kicks off and I could get paid to play my guitar, that would be awesome. But I just take things day by day, and right now, and I just enjoy it. I haven't really, the way I make videos is very just off the cuff. I'm not trying to do it super YouTube style, full professional. But it is like, I was just watching an older video before, and a USA guitar company sent him a guitar to keep. It's just like, because he's so huge, and it's just like, it's crazy. Like, and I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I've pretty much, I think everything I know how to do, I've already shown it. All of my techniques, how I approach it. And there's some players, like I was watching this guy today, he's only got like 1,000 subscribers, and this dude's just like, man, his skill, top level. Like, when he comes to lead, I've got to try and pull up his channel, you got to check this guy out. Here he is here, Brett Vaughn. Right? He's only, like, he hasn't even got 1,000 views, so here he is here. I'll bring up to, he's a beast. Like, absolute, just like, gun guitar player, So I've got to give people props when they're this good. I think it's, so here he is here. I don't know if you've seen his stuff. Like, he's only got 1,017 subscribers. Like, graduate of Berklee College of Music. Performing, teaching rock, metal, jazz, fusion, blues, country folk, gypsy jazz. Like, his jazz chops is just like insane. This dude, like, deserves hella freaking views, and like the way he plays, Like, look at this. And so, check out this guy. Like, he does this, the way he shreds, man, he's so awesome, Like, look at this guy. Might help if I turn on the mic, eh? Always helps. But yeah, that dude's a shred machine. But maybe I'm finding that with a lot, like, I can't shred nowhere near as good as that guy. But yeah, maybe I think what's helped with my channel a lot is I think that type of playing scares a lot of people. And he's playing yeah, he's like Berkeley College, like this dude's like top level. So it's surprising to me that someone of that skill level isn't blowing up on YouTube, you know? Yeah, and he's like so focused on every little aspect. It's just so that just tells me a lot. If a guy with that level of skill is not blowing up, and he's way better guitar player than I am, right? But maybe because he's just doing the shred. And I think that's something I've done with my channel. Instead of trying to be, there may be some things I can do that maybe would people are like, you know, I have been working on my arpeggio. And my legato runs, or the even. And the one I always do. Yes, I've probably got a couple of licks that people would struggle to do, but not at that dude's level. But one thing I've done with my channel and my playing and what I'm showing on YouTube, instead of making everything about covers, when do you need me to show you, or do I need to show the world I can play covers, when there's just how many players out there that do that? And you could go buy their albums and there'll be someone teaching it, or they've got official tab books, like if you want to do Tech Deaf, Archspire style, like Dean Lamb's teaching, and he's got all these tab books that he's authorized through it's called Sheet Matters or Sheet Happens, I think it's Sheet Happens or something. It's some, but yeah, if you check out his socials, there'll be a link to it. I think it's called Sheet Happens. And yeah, but what he's saying, how do I get past the dreaded, what's the dreaded wall? You mean the dreaded wall of your limits as a player? Is that what you're talking about, Iceman? And what I think I've even noticed too, if you even look at some metal and the popular bands and that, like Tech Deaf is not a hugely popular genre. Like, you know, still the old bands like Sabbath, you know, with what's happened with Ozzy is they practice, man. They are obsessed with guitar. Like they put in it's work. And if that's what you're talking, I'm going to assume, like you're saying, the wall is, you know, when you hit your limit, you've got to start to break everything down into, you know, he does hybrid picking. They do all this. Look at the way their hands like position. Look at the way that when they run through something, they're not lifting their fingers high. And you're going to get, you know, that's another arpeggio I've been working on. Not the cleanest, but it's one of those things like, you know, and even when I started doing diminished stuff, But you just got to practice. Like, that's something I've noticed since I've started doing this channel. It's actually stepped up my playing a lot because, yeah, I think we just don't push ourselves hard enough, to tell you the truth. You know, you just have to have the amount of time we waste on things and your attitude, because I've been learning also a lot too from the comments I receive, from even doing the Patreon, and like the way people are struggling. And I think it's a tough one because it's your life, you've got to choose. But it really comes down to what I would say is you have to break it down into what is a solo made up of. Like, what aspects of the playing are you talking? Like, if I do one of my lead runs that I do a lot, can you do this sort of stuff? Can you do that sort of stuff? That's my extent of what I can do with leads or tapping, you know. Maybe the first 2-3 bars. So you can do that sort of legato. Or alternate picking. It all depends, like, what sort of player are you. Like, I do a lot of bands. You can definitely tell, like, what era of metal I've grown up in and what I'm trying to play. You know, that's sort of like with a band, do a... But do you want more? And I really think it comes down to, like, how motivated are you? Like, what do you love to play? Because that's another thing too. Like, I don't think you're not going to get good just for the sake of being good. Like, it has to, like, the shred has to really mean something to you to get to these guys' levels. Like, even that guy I've just shown you, like Brett Vaughn. Watch some of his videos and the way he talks about playing guitar, and you can see that he's approaching it from such a analytical, approach. He even brought up the Cracking the Code guy. What's his bloody name again? I think it's Troy Grady, right? So that he brought up Troy Grady, Cracking the Code, which he's one who analyzes the shred picking, because shred and all of that and the way those guys play, there's a technique involved, okay? And think of it like they're going to the gym in a way, and it's repetition. It's like insane amount of repetition. Not insane, like if you were just to, like, probably get off a lot of social media and just get certain aspects to work on. Like really when you look at it, what are they doing? They're doing arpeggios, they're doing the way their pick moves through the strings. They're very conscious of, are they starting on downstrokes or upstrokes? You know, not getting hooked up in the string. That's where, like this guy brought up cracking the code. It's about escaping the string so you don't get hooked up. There's all these little tiny techniques, and it's all out there. You just have to know, okay, this, when you watch someone do something crazy, like even Dean Lamb, he will talk about hybrid picking. So you have to then go down a hybrid picking rabbit hole, and you have to start really focusing in on that. You can see that they're doing jazz, and like they're not just doing metal. What do you mean pick setup? But yeah, there's a lot of information. I think that's a lot of problem with a lot of people too, is it's almost like they're swamped with information and they don't know where to start. But really, like I said, it comes down to, you got 4 fingers, it's repetition. You know, watch what they're doing with their hands. They're still only using like the first, the third and the fourth finger, aren't they? No matter what run any of these guitars players are doing, you'll see them. They go their first, their second, hit with their pinky. Like you can see what they're doing. And even like say you wanted to get to like Dean Lamb level, Archspire, he is literally like, they have written out stuff. It's called Sheet Happens, right? I'll show you. I don't know if you've heard of it, but back in the day, like there was these people who were writing tab books out, which they weren't, you know, accurate. And some people say don't use tabs, just use your ear. Now, when they're going as fast as Dean Lamb, yeah, you can go with that approach and try to do everything by ear. Fair enough. But I do like the idea of the training where you can even see this guy. I showed you that Brett Vaughn in one of his videos there. He's got a stand with the sheet music. He went to Berklee College of Music and they are using sheet music. You know? And then you'll have someone go, no. If you can't figure everything out by ear, then it's a crutch and you're not a good enough player and yada yada. So why are they using sheet music at Berklee College of Music? They don't all rock up and go, you know what? The most important thing, you need a good ear, 100%. But they're not going, oh, let's have an orchestra. And what we're going to do, everyone has a CD of Mozart's Fifth. And then you all have to figure it out by ear. I want the whole string section, the wind section. Everyone figure it out by ear, and then we'll convene in a week. And hopefully you can all play it. If you can't play it note for note perfect within a week by ear, then you suck and you should just piss off and leave the conservatory and give up on your musical dreams. What a load of shit. They have sheet music in orchestras, you know? So it's this whole thing. I even saw like a video like on Rick Beato saying that. He's like, everything by ear, everything by ear. Yeah, fair enough. But what a load of shit. You know? If you go to any type of high level learning frickin' place, they're going to be using sheet music. Yeah, that's right. That's economy. That's called economy of movement. And that's what these shredder dudes like really examine. You know? And if you wanted one of those teachers, like, one of these guys, like even this Brett Vaughn probably does lessons. He went to Berklee, like taking some lessons with someone like that and giving you some ways to approach it. Definitely, yeah, that's why they do a thing called hybrid picking. So, and I can't do it for shit. I've never tried to do it, but I've heard about it. And you'll see Dean Lamb does that. He'll pick with this, and then he uses his finger, and he plucks a string with one of his fingers. So if he does string skipping, instead of having to jump over the strings with the pick to get there, he'll just do it. He'll do a legato, but go. I can't even explain it, but you know, it's that's hybrid picking. They call it economy of movement, what you're talking about too, being conscious. Because what it's trying to do, I don't know if you've noticed, like, if you have to sort of jump outside of the string to get a downstroke in, there's all these little things that slow you down, right? So they're trying to find the least resistance to flow through the string. And that's what these really good guys have figured out. That's why they do sweep picking and arpeggios, because instead of going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, they found it was easier to be instead of so they do an arpeggio like it's easier to do that, isn't it? Because you're raking through it. So, yeah, so there you go, like Joe from hybrid picking. So you got Dean using hybrid picking, Joe using hybrid picking. So that means that you either have to find lessons on hybrid picking, sheet music on hybrid picking, what is the technique? And you'll notice they start with 2-string ideas, 3-string ideas, 4-string ideas, and that is going to be your practice. You're going to have to just keep practicing and practice it. That's why, like, I'll put on, I was really, like, shit at sweep picking. And it's taken me a long time to get used to it. But what I started to notice was that if you break it down into, even this one, like I do, that I'm got down pretty good now, it's a 5-string sweep. If you break it down into the first 3, because it's, so the first part is just the hammer on, and that gives you just enough time to get ready for the next part. So that's what you do. You break it down into that first part, just 3 strings. And once you got to that note, then you've only got that part, because that's what it'll be. And while that one's ringing, get you ready for that one. It's just that little hammer on gives you enough time to get to that note. So you'd break it up into that. You'd probably just start working on that one. Just working on that, and that's how I found an easier way to get sweeps going, was start working on just little parts of it, like I don't look at it as like a whole thing now where I'm trying to go through it all like 5 strings ago. It's almost like that's the first part. Same with this 6-string sweep. If you break it down, you've got that first note, and then you got these 3. that one, you can see those three together. So hopefully that like makes sense to you, that when I started breaking it down, because that's what's going to mess you up. It's these little, if you can do those three together, nice and flow, then all you got to do is grab that note. You know what I mean? Just getting set. It's like you just hit that first note. So it's like connecting a 3-string suite with a 2-string. And that would be the next part. Because what you're going to find is there's a part of the lick that's messing you up. There's some of it you can do and some of it you can't. So your brain just needs to work on the part that you can't. And that's how I finally, that goes back to what you said, what do I do when I got to the wall? Because arpeggios have been, my whole guitar playing live, sweep picking has just destroyed me. I've just been like, I can't do that, bloody hell, bloody hell. And then I got to the part and I was like, oh, well, it's only just. Because when I saw this one, I was looking at it as like, when I first started this, I used to look at it, it goes 12, 13, 14. So I would see it as having to get the 12, 13, 14 good. Like that. And for some reason in my brain, trying to do that was messing me up, because it was like a little weird 3-note shape. You go your middle finger, pinky, middle finger, pinky, second finger, like that. But when I looked at it as I just do one note on the top string and then a diagonal 3, I don't know why, that just freed it up for my brain. And I was like, oh, okay, and that's a diminished sweep. So that was like, okay. And I don't know why, if I looked at it as like holding this weird little shape going that, if I hold it like that, you can see like I was looking at it like I'm doing like a little chord shape. But then when I went, I'm just doing that and then rolling through 3 notes, it just, yeah, same with all of it. Just broke. Because that's why when you learn arpeggios and sweeping, they'll bring it down to just like a 3-string sweep. That's like a 4-string one. Haven't done this pattern in a while, but that was one. See, I haven't done it in ages, but I'd have to start working on that again. So then that gets you used to like a 4-string sweep. So then all you do then is add in just another 2 strings. So it's weird how your brain, like my brain figures it out better like that, where you're connecting 2 3-string sweeps together. But when you think of it as a 6-string sweep, my brain was like, what's going on? That's too much. I can't flow through it. But I'm like, I can flow through 2 3-string sweeps. Yeah. So, and that's where you start to notice too, like, start to really look at people's hands. Yeah, no worries. We'll see what is the time. Yeah, probably I'll knock off at, what do we got? Probably in about 26 minutes, 25 minutes I'll jump off here. But, yeah, but hopefully that helps you, man. Just a different way of looking at things, eh? And that's really all it comes down to is like, and then same with like tremolo picking. That's what I'll put on like a drum beat. Like the latest thing that I just came up with, and I'll have I'll put it up another time, but you'll just get a drum beat happening, like. I'll try just crack it on. We'll move this over to here. And then I'll move where's my, get Superior Drummer going. We'll just use the room mic. So I'll do this a lot, like, there's no point like trying to, that's why, yeah, good playing along with songs to keep your timing. But now with all this technology, you can have, yes, I've got a drum pattern right here, it's called Superior Drummer. If I go like this, bring it over to here, and then we look at that, I've got Superior Drummer there, right? So then they've got different grooves. These are all different packs. We then go to a thrash metal one, a fast one, and add this beat here, right? 200 BPM. Well, that's there. I'll minimize that. We'll put up. There's the torpedo. Where's my 2 notes gone? It's always be up here. Parallax, inbox. I randomly do them, man, so I'm not too sure when the next one will be. I'm not doing them as much anymore because, yeah, it's pretty tough going. Like, I could use the time to practice, I could use it to make a video for the channel. So, yeah, I should probably do them more regularly and just stick to a time slot, you know. On this day, at this time, for 1 hour. I've got to try to stick to time limits too, because yeah, you can get carried away. But I'll probably like this time next week again, maybe Sunday mornings. I've got to just figure that one out when I'm gonna have the exact times that I do them. Where's it gone? Where did you go? It's like I haven't got it anymore. That's weird. My torpedo, 2 notes. Yeah, torpedo remote should be. Yeah, it's wonder why it's not on the desktop. That's a strange one. So I'm opening up my 2 notes so I can go direct. I think it's still on here. Yep, still on here. How's it? I haven't used this in ages. I normally just use the DAW Studio one with that. So this is another thing I've got here. So this is called might need an update. So we've got this thing here. Okay, we need some 57s, don't we? That we want a condenser. 421s are pretty good. So now if we go direct to that, let's see. No, we're not going direct with that one, are we? Maybe we'll try the audio mixer. Can we get that to come through? Advanced audio properties, no. We want properties. We want it to be SPDIF, I think it is. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about. So that'll be direct now. There, where's my SPDIF when I need it? So now I've got to turn another thing on. All these different programs. Now I'm trying to open this one up. If I go to it don't sound right. It don't sound right to me. Why are you doing that? I know, get away. That's not going direct into it. So I'm not monitoring the sound. What's going on? That's how long it's been since I've used this one, eh? Use the IR loader if it works. That's like a direct sound. It's not right. That's very strange. I haven't used this one in a long time. So that's with that one. Why are we not? That one right Yeah, it doesn't want to work like that way. Okay. We're going to try something different. Because that's just like direct sound. So it shouldn't be like that. We'll mute that for now. Go back to my camera. Like that. We are going to do something different. Okay. Even my drum. Don't save that. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way. Or the way that I've got it set up to work. That's why I couldn't find Torpedo Remote to start with. So now we're just going to load up the DAW. This will be the easiest way to do it. Just trying to get direct sound with the drums and the guitar. So this will be the easiest way. So we're setting this one up. My DAW, new song. And there, it's going to load everything up for me. There we go, it's already pre-done, ready to go. Double check what we've got there. So I've got my drum kit set up, ready to go. We've got all that. We just go. Double check what my I/O settings are. Okay, we're just computer saying no, I don't want to work right now. I'm like, thank you, computer. I want to go to Genome, check that out. So now this is the program I'll be using right here. Hey, drum kit, we want this. Okay, like that. Drum kit, can we go somewhere else, please? That's what I did. Yep, speed F, should be working. Okay. I think what's happening now. We'll have to get rid of that reverb. Now I think I've got to get back to my this thing here. There we go. That's better. So I was doing like a direct. When the SPDIF's up here, it's like a direct sound. That's better. See, this is how much crap I've got going on here. I've got doors open. I've got, man, I've got so many things happening right there. There's the door with that one in. And then to which way the pathway's coming into then, and I've also got OBS on the live stream, so this is where how the sound gets routed. Which should be, I gotta double check this one out. Properties is, I think it's 1 and 2. Okay. No. What is that one coming out? Oh, internal 1 and 2. Okay. I'll go to my OBS now. I've got to come here and I've got to go properties. I did have it set up before. Not mic 1 and 2. ADAT 1 and 2. I think it is. No, it isn't. That's set up before. Properties. Ah, you know what I think the problem is. Move that over to here. We need to go into my DAW. because I don't think I've got that set up for live streaming. So I've got to come into here, which is now called the I/O input output settings. We're going to go to input output. We need to go to 7 and 8 because that's the loopback feature. Apply that. That's the problem. Then we go OK. Then we go back to OBS. So when you're streaming, you've got to use a different I/O setting within the door. Now we go to the property settings and we go 7 and 8 of the ADAT, and there you see it. Audio input capture starts to light up. So you got to go into the I/O settings. So I had it set up just as my recording thing, not as a live stream setting. So I should set up a template as a live stream setting. So it was the I/O here needed to be 7 and 8 because when you're in this one, the loopback function goes to be able to live stream and to run it through OBS, you need to use this thing called a loopback function, and it only operates through the 7 and 8 channels of the audio interface, which is that one there. So now when there it is there operating there. See, simple, easy. Why didn't I think of that? Easy as. No worries, mate. That was easy. No worries. Now, cool. So now we can get my genome back up again, okay? Now you're hearing direct. Righto. So now I can shut up and we'll just go direct. So that's what I was trying to do that whole time, just get that everything hooked up. So it's coming direct out. And that was like, what's the time now? Yeah, nearly time. Going direct out like that. Oh, got no more people. But yeah, that's what happened was, went direct recording then. So that's direct recording. So hopefully that was a decent level. Might turn that down a little bit. And then the next thing I would do is then, that was a thrash metal pattern. I would light up a double kick pattern. Library of the Extreme, 4/4, carpet rolls, half time, something like this. Might even just bring it down there. Get rid of the loopy part that it does. Loop that up. Like that. And then we'll just turn that off. Preview. We want that up a bit more tempo. So 180. And now I'll start working on my tremolo picking at 180 with a double kick pattern. So that's how I would, practice, I would say. That is just using down picking gallops. That was like 209 BPM right there. So I'm doing 209 PM 16th notes, 209 PM gallops, 209 BPM 8th note down picking, all that sort of stuff. So that's how I train my rhythm a lot of the time. Or my picking hand. You know? Instead of just, because if you don't have something to practice to like that, you're gonna get sloppy. But looks like I got 0 people, so catch you later. To myself.